I'm Barbara Jennings, your local realtor here, and today we've got a special guest, Mac Church, and he is with Atlantic Coast Mortgage. And let me tell you, we've got a special mini series just about lending for the next, oh goodness, goes until next year. It may go into even longer, but for right now, we're going to get to the end of the year. On every Wednesday night, we're going to post this, so stay tuned and make sure you tap that subscribe button and click the little bell so you get notified not only of these lending videos that are going to educate you in today's shifting market, but also we've got driving tours and we've got all kinds of pros and cons about all the different counties, all the way up to Northern Virginia down to Prince William County. So without further ado, we're going to get going and introduce Mac Church.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys, we're back. My name's Barbara Jennings, and we're here once again with Mac Church with ACM. And in today's video, guess what we're going to be talking about? Can you guess?
Working with a local lender?
Whoa, working with a local lender. You know, this is one of my favorite things because I once was in a community. I actually am licensed in another state as well. So working in another market, it was so important working with a local lender just because of all the little things that go on. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why you should be working with a local lender like Mac Church and his team here in the Fredericksburg area. And hey, without further ado, Mac's just he's gonna tell it all. He's gonna spill the beans.
Well, the key to working with a local lender, and I always say this is the most important, is that if you're working with someone in the area, accountability is a key factor.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's huge because when I'm working with you and I'm working with Barbara, I am accountable to both of you. And if I don't do a good job or like don't do my job, then that means you're not going to be happy. And if you're not happy, I'm not going to get referrals from you, and I'm not going to get future business from Barbara. So everything I do, I have to be accountable to you. When you work with an online lender or a lender from another state, and this isn't in all occasions, but generally you're a number.
Yeah.
And
overall, I've seen it way too many times. We get these pieces of paper. They're the pre-approval or the pre-qual letters, and they're no good. Really, the ink's probably still wet because I actually had, Mac, believe this is a true story. I had a letter from this person. It actually was a VA loan that he was approved for X amount of dollars and everything, and come to find out that they did not pull to find out if he was really truly eligible for that VA loan. He was a veteran, but he was not in long enough to actually be eligible. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, that was dead in the water. I mean, I was devastated, you know, and it was one of these online people. So it took me forever to get the answers that I needed. And at the end of the day, I had to refer him to somebody local. He found somebody, his cousin or somebody knew somebody local. So at the end of the day, he had to, find another loan program.
Right, which could cost you your house.
Yeah.
So without the accountability and if the loan doesn't go through with using an online lender or a non-local, especially some of these the bigger bank people that you may hear online all the time, not going to mention any names.
No, we're not going to mention any names.
But
we're just here to talk about Mac and his team, and he being a local lender here for a very, very long time. And he's got the awards. When you see his site, when you go to, when he sends you the link to start the application, you're going to see he's got Best of the Bird, all kinds of other things that Mac does. And he's a community contributor as well. He loves the golf. He takes care of the community. You see Mac all over the place. So we just love not only having a local lender, but one that contributes. A local lender that contributes to the community as well.
Yeah, and that's also important. So a local lender is going to give back to the community as well. In fact, one of the things that I do here at Atlantic Coast Mortgage is every transaction I close, I donate money to the Children's National hospital
Yeah.
in that client's name. So the national hospital gets a donation, and
That gives me
it's in your
chills.
name.
I
The
think
school, they
that's
send you a
awesome.
little certificate in your name, in your honor. So that's just kind of one of the things. But you're not going to get that from
Just
an online lender, and you're not going to get that from some of these national companies. So
He cares a lot.
we do care, and it's our career, and again, it's our reputation, it's our name, and so when you find someone, and it's not 100% because there's always bad apples out there, but usually your experience for doing your loan will be much better with someone that knows the area and the market and is accountable to you.
Yeah, most definitely. I think there's just so many things that go into finding the right lender, just like there is so many things that go into finding the right agent or realtor to make that home buying process smooth, or your lending process smooth, to be able to save you money, to be able to save you guys time. I mean, all these things come into play because when you work with an experienced local lender and realtor like ourselves, we have the experience, knowledge, wisdom, and the expertise and the community knowledge to get you the best program, the best house, all the things that matter most to you when you're looking to move and relocate here to the area,
Right.
At the end of the day, because there's been times where there's a thing called investor limits, like not so much here.
Concentrations.
Concentrations in different areas where you wanted to buy a condo in a certain area, but why wouldn't they be able to, I've got the money, I've got the cash,
Because there's only a certain amount of homes that are allowed to, the concentration of homes in that area are allowed to be investment properties as second homes. So
Wow.
if an agent doesn't know, what those numbers are, there's a good potential that you may not be able to buy in that community or sell in that community unless you're getting a cash buyer or using a specific loan. So so it's really important to know that. And when we work with different condo developments and projects, we kind of know who's who.
Yeah, who's who and who did not get that certification.
Who can and can't. Yeah.
They might even be under that investor, but they don't have that certificate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the end of the day, we're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe. What do you mean? And it's going to take you, 60 days or 90 days to get it. We're like, well, we can't wait that long. We're already locked in, so, bye-bye.
Right.
We end up going somewhere else,
And the other thing too, Barbara, that you had mentioned is it's not just about being able to get that home that you want, but
Right.
you have to beat out other contracts as well.
Yeah.
And if there's like in the last couple of years where there's just tons of competing offers, the lender on your lender letter can make or break your deal.
Oh, yeah.
And same as with the agent. So the people that in this industry that are local, they're respected, reputable, recognizable, they're going to have a leg up.
Yeah,
and
we've got the tips and tricks to get those contracts ratified with the seller. So when you're working with us, you've got the best of both worlds. So, any other parting words that we could share?
Did you
with
want to
folks?
talk about maybe tax exemptions? What people can do as far as with being able to afford more house when they're trying to.
Yeah. So that was a good point. We once had a client that had already gotten approved, and they found a house, and they were standing in the kitchen, and they're debating, and they're like, we're going to be house poor if we get this. And the wife and the husband were back and forth, and it was actually my husband and partner, Doug Jennings, because he's the number. If you guys have ever met us, and know Doug, you'll know that he's the numbers guy, and he just spits things out as fast as Mac here can. He's like a human calculator sometimes. I'm just like, oh my goodness. But I am getting better because we've been together for so long now. I've been spitting numbers out lately, and he turned around and he was like, how'd you do that before me? And I was like, I've been hanging around you too long. Yeah. So he's a good teacher. But he told this client of ours that basically, what are your exemptions? And he was like, oh, I don't claim anything. I want all my money. And we're like, if you just go back and you change your exemptions, and go back and talk to the lender, change your exemptions, and you can actually, instead of getting that tax refund at the end of the year, you can get a little bit every single month. So you're not going to get that big $2,000 check.
No big return.
No big return at the end of the year, but you're able to get into a home and manage your money the way that you need and not be house poor. So hey, it's a great thing to know all these little tips and tricks, but you don't know if you're not working with the right people. So reach out to us, Mac Church with ACM, and Barbara Jennings, the Jennings team with eXp Realty, and we can't wait to meet you in person or on a Zoom call, because in today's digital world, we do a lot of Zoom calls too.
There's lots of options.
Lots of options there, So until we meet you in person and on Zoom, we'll catch you on the next video.
See you on the flip side.
Oh my goodness, Mac, that was such great information. I can tell you, hey buyers, if you're out there and you're listening here to Mac, he is the Mac Daddy. He's got all, he wasn't ready for me to say that, but that's the truth. He knows what he's doing. He's got the service, he's got the people, he's got the knowledge and the wisdom, and he is a local lender.
Yes.
Well,
thank you so much, Barbara, for having me. It's been wonderful, and I hope all of you out there will definitely reach out to us with any questions or needs. We've been doing this a long time, so we have a lot of knowledge for you, and answer anything that you need and help you buy that house.
That's right. So if you guys are watching, remember to comment below "buy now" down there in the comments, and we will get right to you, answer any questions that you had, or you could just reach out to us. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Yeah, reach out days, nights, weekends. It doesn't matter, because when you're looking online, it's 24/7. So whatever time of the day it is, just comment below. We'll get any question that you have answered.